Welcome to this game of Mechabellum. As you can see here, I'm playing against Tesla and my options: cost control, speed, supply and typhoon specialist. I was between supply and typhoon specialist, but look at the HP. It was way too low of an HP, so I ended up going for typhoon. On my opponent's side, Rhino specialist with 5 badgers and void eyes. Really good. I'll pick this one. Giants. Don't like giants starting with arc lights. Elite. Not a bad elite, starting with 2 small units. And Sabertooth with bows. Not good. Let's see what he will choose. And you can see he went for giant specialist. With the arcs and bows. It wouldn't be my pick. Looking at his board, he's not going aggressive with arc lights and bows, so I didn't think he would attack this side. That's why I'm positioning on this one. Let me click on quick deploy. You see that I sell the turret. And I will just make an offensive here with my 5 badgers and marksmen. And of course grabbing crawlers. Putting 1 crawler in front, it protects against missiles, and in case his bows were more forward, I was mistaken that he would go defensively. It is useful for him so he don't get insta-lock on all my 5 badgers. You can see that the 5 badgers actually do quite a bit of damage to the boss, helping the marksman to kill. And it's victory for me, even if only 3 marksmen still alive, but 300 damage. It is damage. Here, this card should be changed. It's really bad. And this attack percentage is addictive with the attack from the hounds, so it's not great at all. Look at the attack interval increase, it doubles the attack interval. The hounds, so yeah, really bad card. Mass-produced Sabertooth has its uses. Here I could go Rhino Assault, and that's my option. I could either use against him, but there is a tower here, so I will have to do something about it. I think of going back and using it defensively, but then I will use it here again. Just put a crawler here, so the crawler will have advance from the front, distract the tower, and the Rhino will come from the back. Let me quick deploy. Also, Tesla is one of my viewers. He talked with me when we started the match. It's good to be recognized. And I hope he watched his own game. And you can see he went for Rhino in the middle. I have crawlers defending. They won't beat the Rhino, but they will distract him. He also went for the Rhino here, which is really good against those aggressive plays. Especially when you can later use a beacon, move them back. And it was really good because it pulled all my crawlers from here, so the Rhino was unimpeded and went straight for my tower. So really good crawler here. And you can see pulling everything from this side, and with the debuff, my front army crumbled. But a lot is still here. And now it's my time for the buff. Rhino and crawlers getting the buff from the other side. Badgers managing to kill the... Look at this! 5 badgers and crawlers. The crawlers are obliterating the steel balls. And the rhino is coming. Crawlers get another debuff, so even with that great play here, I end up winning because I won on the other side and he pulled a lot of my army to the side, so they didn't die during the debuff. And now we are on almost equal HP. Here there is, forgot to quick deploy, but there were level 2 fangs too, but I don't think they would be very useful for me in this case. Better to go for the Mustangs. Putting the level 2 Mustangs here, they will help against this crawler. You can see that this crawler here almost got a level. The one that went for this side, then started killing a lot of balls. This one got a level. I also put 1 5 badger here. So my idea is I don't want to waste a missile every turn on this crawler. So the 5 badger here with the Mustang, they will probably, even if he beacons them, they will probably die around here. And I also went for the exploding badgers. So now they have a lot of HP and they explode. I am increasing my attack on this side with 1 badger, which you can see I never put them behind the crawlers, because if you put them behind the crawlers, if the opponent throws a missile here, it will hit the crawlers and the 5 badgers. My opponent leveled his tower and also reinforced the side with 1 arc light and more crawlers. Oil here, which will be quite annoying because not only will it start slowing, but then it will turn into fire, and all my crawlers and Mustangs are coming this way. So quite devastating. You can see here all my level 2 Mustangs die into the fire. On this side, my 5 badgers managed to win. My marksman now also going through the fire and will die. So great fire from my opponent, so great play here. And now I have my 5 badgers which are stuck on the level 2 tower. Slowly killing it. And the arc light is coming for them. Can they kill the tower fast enough? We speed this a little. And for the buff. But now it's a single level 1 5 badgers against a single level 1 arc light. And the arc light just managed to put it on the necessary HP for a tie. Disable quick deploy. You can see I just skip it. Actually, I pick it, improved firepower, and my opponent skip it. Improved firepower on the Mustangs, which make great use of it. My Typhoon is here. And now I will have to see what to do. And I go for Phoenix, because if you look at my board, what is lacking is good DPS. I have the marksmen here, but they are not the most reliable DPS. Not the best. Only 1 level 2 and 2 level 1 marksmen. I put 1 Phoenix on this side, because I want something to kill the tower faster. Defense enhancement, so my 5 badgers have more HP, which is very useful for them right now. And range for my Mustangs, because I just put an item on them, they are level 2, so I want them to survive and do lots of damage. And I forgot to quick deploy. Also, I didn't sell my Typhoon. You can see I made the flank here. And my opponent goes for Factory. I really wasn't expecting a Factory. I was expecting he going for Fortress or some other giant, but not Factory. Factory is associated now with Hounds, and he didn't use Hounds, so quite unexpected. But thanks to my flank here, tower debuff really fast. And everything is hitting the Factory. You can see, look at the damage of the Mustangs climbing. Two debuffs for the Factory, and yeah, 67,000 damage on the Mustangs. They work it. Here, there is a smoke bomb, which can be very useful. Which will be my choice. There's also haste module, which I could use if I grabbed another Mustang, or I could put it on the Phoenixes. But I will try to throw smoke here. If my opponent don't shield, it will be amazing for me. But now I have one problem. I have to deal with factories. And I can't hope that every time I will get 2 towers debuffs to debuff the factories and kill them during the debuffs. The last fight there was a 18 seconds debuff for the factory to deal with while I killed it, when it was taking 50% more damage from my units. So I will need a dedicated factory killer. I could go for melting points, but when the player usually put the factories this back, they usually go for production, and melters are really bad in the production factory. So I will just shoot against the smoke here. I unlocked the Abyss for 350, it's really expensive, but I couldn't get one, so I accept that I would probably lose this round. And just went for more normal units. There's a Phoenix here now, which should help against the factory, since the factory can't shoot the Phoenix. I see it is helping. My opponent went for smoke, and somewhere that I couldn't stop him, so can't do anything against the smoke here, but my Mustangs together with the Phoenix managed to kill the factory here, and the marksmen also too. But the factory on the other side, I don't have anything to do with them. Actually, you can see that since he beaconed his factory, he had nothing to do with my Typhoon on this side, so the Typhoons survived and won the flank. They are hitting the factory here, but tower debuff now. And there's still a few things alive here. If I manage to kill them, my Phoenixes would be able to cheese this round for me. But unfortunately that does not happen. And the factory survived with quite little HP actually. I almost killed both factories. And that was wasting 350 on unlocking the Abyss. You can see that it went really fast because I forgot to remove the quick deploy. But I grabbed the most expensive, or at least the cell unit, the Wraith, sold it, and now I have 2 Abyss. So now I have 2 dedicated factory killers. You can see that the Rhino is back. My opponent threw the Rhino on my backline, and I threw my Rhino here. The idea being, if he goes for Rhino in here, my Rhino will go. If he goes for Rhino here, my Rhino will go against his Rhino. The thing here is his Rhino going to fight my Rhino, or is it going to go for my tower? We'll have to see. And it goes for my tower, but thankfully I killed this one really fast. But my Abyss is doing nothing here. Wasted 2 attacks. The factory is actually almost dying here. Half the HP already, even without the factory. But you can see it's a red dot production with steel balls and Phoenix. But dead on the side, dead in here. I still have the Phoenix in the air to kill, but my Abyss is full HP. And easy victory for the Abyss, at least right now. And quick deploy is active. We both went for wasps and on the same place, so he's throwing wasps on my backline. I am protecting my backline. It's kinda useless to throw wasps on his backline when both his towers are level 2 and he has fangs on both sides. I also went with Mustangs here because I expected him to maybe try wasps on this side. If he threw wasps here, my wasps are in the middle, they wouldn't do anything. His oil is back, so he's throwing it here again. You will see that I went for attack on the Abyss, instead of grabbing one more of them. My opponent went for more factory. 3 production factories now. He also grabbed 1 steel ball, we can see here, because he wants to click mechanical division, although, yeah, mechanical division. He went for a lone, grab it. So now I have to deal with balls which turn into crawlers. Thankfully, I have a lot of fire. And my badger's exploding. And you can see here, it's already locked on the factory, here too. But here you can see the other factory is now out of control because I have nothing practically on the ground. And it can't quite deal with crawlers and in this constant production here. And even if they are level 1 Phoenix, they can kill my Abyss in decent numbers and without the debuff. But thankfully I still have one more here. Still fighting against the balls. End up going down, but factory destroyed. Now I only have to deal with the Phoenixes and few ground units here. You can see how annoying it is for the Abyss to deal with the small units on the ground. Thankfully, it targeted the right units, then went back to killing the ground. But lost more than half the HP. To speed this, there is 1 crawler in here. But you can see how production factory can be really annoying. Here, didn't really want any of those units. Parseer is the best one because it's the best sell. If you sell one, keep the other for 1 round. I'm putting it here. And vertical sweep. 1 more Abyss. And vertical sweep is really good against production factory, because the units will get in front, the Abyss throw the beam into the front units, and even hitting them will also hit the factory. So my idea here was kill the factories faster, have less spawns, and end up not having big problems with it. You can see my opponent went for 2 missiles, I went for 1 missile to kill this pack of balls. He also went for the Farseers, but kept them with AA to help against my air. And let's see how this goes. I went for speed, but not range yet, even if it's round 8. My opponent went for range, but not speed. And you can see the vertical beams work quite well. My problem now is the verticals work quite well against the factories, but really bad against the ground. And I lost all my ground already. And now they are stuck shooting at crawlers, so yeah. My Abbeys end up losing, even if they did their job killing the factories. Here, this late in the game, there's a spell, pick the spell. It's basically this. So, you can see I'm throwing the lightning storm here. My opponent's throwing the lightning storm here. I will put shields. Also, level 2 for this Abyss here, which will help him kill the factories faster. Smoke bomb is back. My opponent's throwing on this side this time. Can kind of protect it against it, since I am the one advancing on his side. Throwing shields. I'm throwing smoke on the middle, because I expect him to put shields on both sides, but not the middle. This time I'm picking range instead of speed. And the storm should help me a lot. More than it helps him. Look at this, level 2 makes a lot of difference on killing factory speed. Look at this, 2 beams is enough now to kill a factory. And I managed to kill them with steel units alive on the ground. And that's a lot of damage with 3 Abbeys still alive. If the game had lasted longer, I would have went for the swarm missiles next, because it helps a lot against everything on the ground. It's the usually the second deck on the Abyss, but in this case it would be the third, because vertical sweep is just way too good against production factory. I found it strange that he don't have the full production. Where is instead he has photon coating. Where is the sledge production? If you're going for production, go for full production. Grab sledges too, so it's even more units on the ground. My opponent didn't go for the usual counter to, or at least annoyance to Abyss, which is Wasps, but actually he went for Wasps, but it was kinda useless, because I invested on a lot of Mustangs, expecting that. So, Wasps here, not ideal, even if against a vertical sweep Abyss, Wasps are really annoying, because the Abyss take forever to kill a pack of Wasps. I think it's 4 beams to kill 1 pack of Wasps with the vertical sweep, 4 or 5. So yeah, and it's 1 every 4 seconds, so it's a lot of time to kill a single pack of Wasps. So that's why I had a lot of Mustangs in the back, because I had to protect them against it. The going for Farseer here could work if he really invested into the Farseer and went for AA and range. Because with just AA, they don't stay far away enough, end up getting clipped by the vertical beams. With range, they would stay far away enough to keep shooting at the factories, at the Abyss, but they would also need levels. Level 1 Farseer can't quite kill a level 1 Abyss really fast, look at the HP, even with the increased damage from the area specialization. You will need to stay ahead of the Abyss in levels, or have burst mode, which he doesn't have on his bars. He has electromagnetic. With burst mode, then keeping at the same level of the Abyss, you can still kill it. But that's it for this game. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.